It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Brandon Gund and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Leading him out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
Off the play fake, Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now their versatile running back. Here's Austin Eckler. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too. For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
To throw is Daniels. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Daniels looking to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. But give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
Well, they go play action. Daniels. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
Once more, here's Eckler. Oh, he shifts past him and able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Play action, now it's Daniels.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. So, Charles, they wanted 7 on that opening drive. They didn't want to settle for a field goal.
Felt like a tone setter. You know, that's what they were looking for, because a lot of teams, they'll march it downfield, and when they kick the field goal, it almost feels disappointing, doesn't it? You have a nice drive. I think this team decided, guess what? No matter what, we're going for the 6, trying to put those points on the board and set them back on their heels.
But unfortunately, that mentality did not work out.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
from back at their own 10-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing is Hurts.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
That's an early scrambler that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
A first down carry for Barkley.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Up the middle with Barkley. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It was Brandon Graham that came in there and got him.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To the air goes Daniels.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Finding room at midfield.
And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
Here's Daniels.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Tight end Dallas Goedert. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Campbell. Now the Eagles the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Second down and a yard. From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Got him in. It's Brown.
And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles 1st down as he's down at the 17-yard line.
They'll get just a couple, but the sticks move again.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd and 6.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
3rd down and 6.
Looking to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Paris Campbell from 6 yards away.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. First possession of the 2nd half now for Washington. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Throwing now is Daniels. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. His throw incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Working out of the gun, Daniels.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 54 yards.
And the Commanders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, oh, yeah, he's feeling real good right now.
Now he'll try to carry that over to this drive.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Commanders' offense returning to the field. And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now Daniels.
Flush to his right. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Off the play fake, Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. That's complete as he goes right back to Crowder. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Point after here coming up. And that makes it 14-10. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was all capped off on the touchdown reception by Jamison Crowder. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Catch made here by Campbell. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Barkley inside handoff.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 46. Again, it's Barkley.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Throwing is Hurts.
Over the middle, complete. It's Campbell. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Dorrance Armstrong in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. 3rd and 1, they opt to pass it, and the one thing happened that could not happen. They took a sack.
Yeah, I just wonder, is that an indictment of their offensive line? Did they think that they couldn't move them enough to pick up a 1st down there? Or was it analytics? Did they think about it that way? In any event, they'll be studying that in the future.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
The Commanders preparing for their next possession. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. It's Eckler again. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. To the air goes Daniels. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Hurts and the Eagles now.
Down 14-10. Just over 1:40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. He's back to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
He'll look to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Back to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Here's 1st down.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Hurts.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Down to their last chance now. This is going to have to be a heave for the end zone and just hope for a miracle.
And I don't sit back with everyone back defending. I've got to have somebody rushing the quarterback. Don't make it easy for him to set up and throw the ball all the way downfield.
This for all the marbles. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's over.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.